everyone, welcome back to my channel, and for today's video, we will having an experiment in science, and it is all about the layers of the earth. So let's get started. So before we start, let me show you the materials that are needed in our experiment. So the most important is the egg. Second one is the said colored paper. And the third one is the pen that are using to draw a map on the shell. So let's start the experiment. So now we're done cooking and soaking the egg, hard-boiled egg with cold water. And now we are going to proceed to the next step, which is draw a map-borne diagram on the surface of the hard-boiled egg. So ang gagawin lang natin is magdodrawing tayo ng map-form diagram dito sa surface or sa shell ng eggs. So let's get started. And now we are done drawing a map-form diagram on the shell of the egg. So the shell of the egg is look like the earth, the continents of the earth. And our third step, lightly crack the egg by using a spoon or knocking it gently on a surface. Next is remove the shell carefully and place them on a sheet of colored paper. So what are we going to do? So we need to break the shell of the egg. We need to remove it from the egg itself. And after that, we are going to put it on a piece of colored paper. So here's the egg, and we need to crack the egg by using a knife. I'm going to use a knife, so be careful in using knife. So all we need to do is to break the egg or the shell. We need to remove it. In my case, I'm going to break it here. After removing the shell from the egg itself, we need to put the shell on a piece of colored paper and flat it. So here's the result when you flat the shell of the egg. This is the result. It looks like the plate boundaries or the tectonic plates that is shown in our module. It looks like the map of the tectonic plates. We are done in our experiment, and now we are going to answer the guide questions or the following questions that are written in our module. So question number 1, what does the egg represent? How about the eggshell? So the egg represents as an earth. Although they are not similar in shape and size, egg is the closest thing that we can use to represent an earth. The eggshell is represented as the outermost layer of the earth, which is the crust, wherein we can see here the people, humans, animals, and all living things that exist. So we are now done answering the question number 1. Let us proceed to question number 2. What do the broken pieces of shell represent? Describe. So for me, based on my own understanding on the experiment that I do earlier, the broken pieces of the shell represent the tectonic plates. That is because it is similar to the map that I saw in the module. Also, the broken pieces of the shell represent the boundaries or the tectonic boundaries, which is the lines that I draw on the eggshell earlier. Next is the question number 3. What do the drawings on the broken pieces of shell show? So in question number 2, it shows that the tectonic plates and plate boundaries. So based on my own understanding in question number 3, it's similar on the picture that attached in the module, which is the tectonic plate map. So when I put the shell or plot the shell in a colored paper, it is somehow similar to the map that attached in the module. So for me, the drawings on the broken pieces shell shows the tectonic plate maps. So the last question is number 4. How will you describe the drifting continent based on your activity? So just like what I do with the egg, I will cut it or break it, and I put pressure in it that can cause of changing the formation of size of the egg. So in tectonic plates, when the pressure hits the crust, it can cause to changing of formation and size, and it is because of an earthquake. I therefore conclude that making this kind of experiment is a representation of what will happen to Earth if the tectonic plates in the ground. That's all.